I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on, especially since I've been live. I've just been living life and getting by and making changes. I went on and did a live day before yesterday on Facebook, and so I wanted to come on and do a live here on YouTube. I am finally in my own apartment. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad we finally made it to this point. So I don't really have anything new to announce other than that. I'm doing this video at night. I'm going to try to get back in the routine of doing my normal, oh, excuse me, doing my normal morning videos. But right now I'm still adjusting and trying to adapt with my work schedule. So I did work today, hence the reason why the video is so late. Um, but in the meantime, while I was gone, I did acquire a few new Oracle decks. So we're going to be pulling from those tonight as well. We've got the Angels of Abundance Oracle deck that we're going to pull from. And then, of course, the usual decks, Mary Magdalene, our daily prayer cards. And then we're going to be working with the Archangel Fire deck as well. Um, so we're really just going to jump right into it. I'm going to say a prayer before we get started. I hope everybody had a positive, peaceful, productive day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that today. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout our days. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Ashe. And now that I've sneezed, my nose is going to start running, of course. I'm still kind of getting over a cold, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I started getting sick last Saturday, so it's been a little over a week. Uh, I was actually running a fever for 2 days, and then I've been in recovery mode ever since. My nose and my throat are still recovering. So, prayers that I get better soon. I hope everybody had a good day today. And now we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to start with the normal cards that we're used to using. We'll start with the chakra affirmations. Then we'll get a grief affirmation. Oh, some of those were flipped around. And then we'll get into the other oracle decks. I've really enjoyed having the new oracle decks. The Archangel Fire Oracle deck is one that I've actually had before, but I went without it for a long time, and I bought a new version of it while I was on my hiatus. So it's nice to have some variety. I'm going to work on getting some other new ones now that I'm in the new place. And there is a little bit of an echo in here, but that's because it's pretty much empty in here. I really haven't had much time to work on getting any furniture because I've been spending most of my free time getting everything moved. So that being said, it'll be more colorful in here before too long. Although I do have to be aware of my volume because I do have a tendency to get carried away, and I do have neighbors now. So thank you for all the prayers, the well wishes. They have not gone unnoticed. Okay, we're just going to take the top one. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as I can. I know they used to go kind of long, and we will get back into the longer videos, but because it is so late, we're going to try to keep each deck to one card. All right, we got the 7th chakra, crown chakra, spiritual awareness. When my mind sways negatively, I remind myself of love, truth, gratitude, and spirit. I am the observer of my thoughts, and I do not let them bring me down. I remind myself to have gratitude and acceptance for what is, and to have the courage of my convictions. That can be a hard one sometimes. I continually pursue a clearer understanding of spiritual truths behind all that is and all that is unfolding. I ask myself, is what I am thinking the truth? And is it having a positive or negative impact on my life? Our thoughts have a very big impact on our day, on the world around us. And so it's important to be aware of the thoughts that we're having, whether they're negative or positive. Where are they coming from? Are they encouraged by outside sources? Or is it something within us that is causing us to think those things? Like that um, paranoia that we get, that sometimes people are thinking badly of us when in reality it's us thinking badly of ourselves. So, and then our spiritual awareness is important too, listening to our body, listening to the different messages that our body is giving us. A lot of times we have a tendency to ignore those and we try to rationalize it away when I know I sneezed and now my nose is going to be running the whole time. We're going to get a grief affirmation now. Grief and joy can coexist. Yes. Even though we might be struggling through painful things, loss of a loved one, painful emotions, traumas maybe that we're trying to heal from the past. It's important to allow ourselves to experience joy, even when we're dealing with grief or struggling with grief. It's important to know that it's okay to have those happy moments, even during in times of grief or sorrow. Especially if it's the loss of a loved one. Our loved ones don't want us to be sad all the time. They wanted us to be happy when they're here, and they definitely want us to be happy when they're gone. Of course, mourning is a part of it, and no matter what that grief is coming from, it could be stemming from something else. But, try to find joy in the little moments in life. Um, Usually it's the little things that most people tend to ignore, but they can bring us so much joy and so much happiness. And a lot of times those moments come when we need them the most. And sometimes they can come from the most unexpected places. All right, now we're going to get our prayer card for the day. I was looking to see if I had my Bible. Oh, I put my Bible in the living room. Okay. I may have to get up and go get that, because I did move it to the living room. All right, we'll go ahead and get the prayer card, and then I'll jump up and go grab that real quick. Sending everybody loving, healing energy today. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, loss of a loved one, homelessness, sickness, loss of a job, please just know that you're not alone. And the best thing you can do is reach out to your Heavenly Father in prayer, and reach out to the spiritual community, your neighbors, your church family, your coworkers, even if it's just asking for prayer. But, sometimes that helping hand can come from the most unexpected place. Okay, work willingly at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord. Colossians 3:23. All right, let me go grab my Bible real quick. Colossians 3:23. I do not think we have gotten this one before. Colossians is page 314 of the New Testament in my Bible. I am going to work on getting a new Bible. All right. $3.23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartedly, as to the Lord and not unto men. Let's see. That's kind of a long chapter. And that's almost to the end of it. Okay, let's do it. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, and not things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Wow. Where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Christ is all and in all. Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowls of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, and be not bitter against them. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eyes service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartedly, as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. But he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. So, doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what position or title you hold, doesn't matter how much money you have, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. So karma, if you put bad out there, you're going to get bad in return. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't escape that. Okay, that was a very good message. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Now, we'll get affirmation from the Wild Offering Oracle, and then we'll get into the Angels of Abundance Oracle, and then we'll get a Archangel card from the Fire Oracle, and then we'll finish off with the Mary Magdalene. I will try. I think I'm able to do it. I think I've done it once before. I will try to download the live that I did on Facebook the other day and try to share it on here as well. I think I've done. All right, we're going to take that one. Self-love. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. I've said it for a long time. For me, self-forgiveness was one of the hardest mountains I had to climb. But it was worth it in the end. You can't make people forgive you. You can't make people understand your point of view, but you can at least forgive yourself. We got solitude. This came out in the live on Facebook. I'm hoping that I don't go into a coughing fit during this video. Once you embrace the inner divine in your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. And then we got striving. Eventually, the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. All right. I'm sorry for my runny nose. I sneezed right at the beginning of the video, and obviously that triggered my sinuses. All right, this is the Angels of Abundance deck by Doreen and Grant Virtue. It's a cute little deck. As far as quality goes, it's about the same quality as the chakra deck. So hopefully it won't take me too long to get a better little station set up. Right now, I'm working with a tiny little table, so that was quick. Block out distractions. She's playing a trumpet. She's wearing a yellow dress. She's surrounded by greenery. She has a halo of flowers on her head. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them. Hmm. That kind of goes with what I've been talking about already about getting my schedule back on track and, getting back into the routine of things. All right, now we're going to pull from the Archangel Fire Oracle. This is a 40 card deck. It has multiple archangels in it, everything from Archangel Michael to Archangel Metatron and everything in between. I really like this deck. I had it once before and something kept telling me to get it again, so I did. Adnachiel, Adnachiel. He very much looks like a caveman to me. Very like just almost barbaric. He has gold wings. There's a kangaroo in the background. He's holding a scroll. All right, let's see what he has to say. Way shower. His message is there's no one like you in all the world. You have a unique purpose. Believe in yourself and have confidence. Life is one big adventure. Excuse me. The archangel known as the adventurer, Adnachiel's name means the shining one, and he helps you embrace your individuality and independence to access your pioneering spirit. He urges you to step out of your comfort zone and explore other possibilities in life. Like the Australian Aboriginal warrior he is depicted as in this oracle, so hence the kangaroo. Adnachiel helps you embrace any challenges with the spirit of adventure. This free-spirited angel also helps us to step out of the constraints put upon us by social conditioning and expectations. Didn't I say something about that at the beginning of the video? Pretty sure I did. So we can speak up for ourselves and state our needs with honesty, authenticity, and integrity. This mighty angel is especially good to call upon whenever you feel trapped by life's circumstances and feel the need to break free. He will help you to forge new frontiers. You are a way shower for humanity. Way shower, not way shower. Way shower. Okay. The angel ruler of November and the sign of Sagittarius, he can also help you embrace and channel your own inner fire. My throat is trying so hard to have a coughing fit right now. So you can use it creatively. Call on Him to help you appreciate your uniqueness so you can shine brighter with humble perseverance. So He is the way shower. Feel pride for your achievements and celebrate your successes. Challenge the status quo, and if something doesn't feel right, calmly stand up for your beliefs. Go forward knowing whatever it feels like to be a way shower and an inspiration to every person you encounter. Beautiful. I said it in the live on Facebook the other night, and I'm going to say it again. It doesn't necessarily shock me anymore, but I just love how, like, no matter how I start out the video, whatever just random things come out of my mouth, it all just collaborates together. It's beautiful. And that being said, in the live on Facebook the other night, the card that we got was talking about, let's see if I can find it real quick. Take a divinely guided chance is the card that came out the other night. Okay. Mary, Mary, full of grace, what advice can you give us today? Mary Magdalene Oracle by Megan Watterson, or Megan, depending on how she pronounces it. A lot of times it depends on where they're from, which way they pronounce it, but I love this deck. It touches on a lot of different things, but the readings tend to be quite long, so we're going to stick with one just like we have with the other decks. The card we got for the Facebook Live was Resurrection. Excuse me. With a field of lavender. The dove. Oh, we got two. Beloved and soul work. Beloved, love never ends. And soul work, I am in service of love. Every time I see this card, I think of Thomas from the series Chosen. I can't think of his woman's name right now. But if you've seen the series Chosen, the disciple Thomas, I don't know why, but that's what this card always reminds me of. All right, so I guess we're taking two tonight. Let's see. Beloved is number 24. A beloved, in my experience, is not a love that can be contrived, meaning we can't force anyone to become beloved to us. It's a love that's gifted. It's a love that comes from within. Mary and Christ, in my deep belief, are beloveds. A beloved relationship moves along different timeline or outside of time altogether. There are relationships that move along a linear trajectory. We meet, we work to get to know each other, to build trust. We grow the love and friendship over time. A beloved, though, is remembered. A relationship, the relationship doesn't feel linear. It's as if this person is someone we have always known. It's as if some part of us that could never be pointed to or even named precisely is now whole, simply from the presence of this person restored to our lives. We feel seen, we feel known. And it's not a love that's earned, it's just there, as if we were born with the capacity to recognize it, as if we were here on this earth in order to meet this beloved incarnate. We can only recognize the beloved from within us. We know when this other person has entered our lives because of the massive shift that happens internally. And though we cannot force or manipulate meeting this beloved, we can, right now in this moment, cultivate what it feels like to be fully loved. Excuse me. Death cannot separate beloveds. The form of the relationship radically shifts, becomes subtle rather than incarnate, but continues to grow and increase after death. Beloveds cannot be separated in death from each other because they are not separate from each other in life either. A beloved can never leave us because the beloved exists primarily within. We can give ourselves now in this moment the love we hope to one day live into, the love that brings forth more of the truth of who we already are. A beloved is also who we can be to ourselves. When we love ourselves unconditionally, we create new potential, new life, and exponential hope. Love only ever increases from within us. Love is what never ends. The soul voice meditation that goes with that card. How can I love myself unconditionally in this moment? All right, and then let's go to soul work. I am in service of love. So 2 cards. Ooh, and it was 3212 when I looked at the timer. 2 cards about love. At the end of Mary's Gospel, after Levi defends Mary's vision and secret teachings of Christ in response to Peter's disbelief, he advises, we should clothe ourselves with the perfect human, acquire it for ourselves as he commanded us, and announce the good news. Quoting Mary chapter 10, verses 11 through 13. We should clothe ourselves with the perfect human means to continue in the way of love by practicing omni I don't know how to pronounce that word. Living remembrance. We are to remember that we are not only this human body, this swirling mass of egoic desires. We are also a soul, both, to be clothed in the perfect human and fully divine. This is what Mary teaches that Christ embodied, the unification of self and soul. I love this directive at the end of Mary's Gospel because it reminds us to keep stripping away at the ego in order to clothe ourselves with the perfect human. We have to continue to get naked, to allow the layers of the ego, the limiting beliefs, the old stories we've told ourselves 1,000 times to fall from us so that what remains is just this radiant soul of love. And that brings me back to the Facebook Live the other night. It was in the resurrection card, it was talking about the myth of the phoenix and the many times that we go through death and rebirth in this life, letting go of the ego and becoming more connected with our soul and our spiritual selves. This way, when we do put on the necessary clothes or egoic states that we have to wear in order to function in the world, we are less and less confused by what they are, just clothes. These garments of the ego are not our true self. Our true self is the soul. The soul work in Levi's call for us to be clothed with the perfect human is for us to acquire it for ourselves as Christ commanded us. This calling is for us to do the work ourselves. It's not enough that Christ embodied the perfect human, the wholeness of self and soul in a state of union. We also must devote ourselves to the soul work of becoming one from within. And the simple fact that we can, that it is possible to encounter the soul now in our human bodies, is the good news. That we are a part of the good inherently. This is the great truth we are meant to announce by becoming this truth ourselves. And the soul voice meditation, what work does my soul want me to do in this moment? You know, sometimes that soul searching can be very difficult. Sometimes self-forgiveness, self-love, being honest with ourselves about the work that needs to be done, being honest with ourselves about what this life is really about. It's not about status. It's not about fame and finances and, you know, all the worldly things. I mean, yes, we require a lot of those things to survive, um, but not to the extent that a lot of people take it. And as I said at the beginning of this video, it's the little things in life that as we go deeper and deeper into that soul work journey, we find mean the most. It's those little things that we miss when they're not there. All right. I think that was a beautiful message for tonight. I'm sorry for my sniffles, but it is what it is. You know, in reality, every night I could find an excuse, or every morning I could find an excuse to not come on here. There's always, you know, whether it's because I've got the sniffles or because I'm tired or, you know, because I've got work to do. I value the fact that I can put a little bit of positivity out into the world, a little motivation, a little encouragement, a little understanding, a little love, because a little can go a long way. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.